thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror which paralyzes needless efforts to convert retreat into advance. 1932, first inaugural speech of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. This was delivered at the pinnacle of the Great Depression, when 10% of the United States Americans were fighting for their very lives and starving themselves to death. When the American dream of prosperity fell beneath their feet in a single day. Fear. It is the single misunderstood emotion that puzzles the minds of both men and women. I feel this we can all agree on. The intense domination of our senses can paralyze us to uncertain death or tap that superhuman strength within us that we fail to recognize. With fear, terror, horror, panic, mayhem, or whatever name you choose to give it, it only comes down to one basic fact. It can be your motivator if you know how to harbor the energy in the right direction. Will you allow the illogical panic to overcome you? Or will you feel off its power, feeling the benefits of conquering the difficulties with a laser beam precision? With all irony where I stand, the greatest of all fears is public speaking. Over death. I have come close to several occasions on that, and I have died at least once. I can boldly say now that I am not afraid of death, at least. When I was 28, I attended a seminar called the Lancome Forum. It was a turning point in my life that forever altered my dealing with expenditure and fears in life by changing the way I thought. I can only say that due to the experience that I had made a mental list of all the fears, and on the top of my list was my mother. Let's just say that during my teenage years, my mother would channel Joan Crawford on steroids. She would put the fear of the almighty in Arnold Schwarzenegger by seeing who can outscream the other on the top of their lungs. It soon dawned on me that her bark was nothing more than an annoying chihuahua sonic boom of the senseless chatter that would forever thrash through me without a bite. But this would entail too much effort on her part to even do that. From my newfound knowledge, I took back the power of her thunder and made it mine. For once I was in total control of my thoughts and feelings, without having to be disregarded, of being belittled, having opinions affect me from others. As the list got smaller over the years, I had 3 small minor issues still I had to overcome. My fear of heights, public speaking, and the success of great wealth. Throughout my travels throughout the world, I took on the great heights feet first. I snorkeled in Aruba, scuba dived in Kona, parasailed and cliff dived several times in Maui, and took a helicopter ride over the Big Island, facing my fright that didn't overwhelm me as I took in the sights around the Hawaiian Islands. By visualizing a rough stone about the size of a softball, I chipped away over time to face those fear of heights. Now that stone is about the size of a small grain of sand that I can hold in my pocket. By several years now, I took a class at SLCC, public speaking, to face my other primary fear, for which was the best other decision of my life. 2 years later, I had to speak in front of 3,000 people at an international conference in Chicago. Through a comical attack, just before moments I had to go at the podium, I had to pull myself together. I had to walk to the podium, nearly fainting with sweaty palms as I do now. And while I was holding my breath, I faced the audience. And in a moment, a thought came to my mind. I remember the rules for my training: rhythm, keywords emphasized, projection of my voice, and looking towards the audience. After a long, deafening pause and a deep breath, I began my introduction. Memory of my speech was written before me. The delivery was a success, and the response was overwhelmingly rewarding to my confidence. I was told after my delivery that it was powerful, profound, and people started reciting portions of my speech back to me. The great lesson I had recently was from a friend of mine, Bruce Sebastian. You have to begin to speak. Immediately the fear will wash away, and you'll go into your own world. The mother of all fears is yet to come, the fear of great wealth, for which I have lost and gained many times. I feared it was as easy to obtain as it was to lose, with effort, just like sudden death getting struck by lightning. There are many ideas in the way I can make great wealth. It's all about having a passion, a goal, and a plan to make a difference. It is human nature to care for your own needs first, and then change the world. It's all about a plan. When you doubt yourself, you will never go forward. When you give into fear, you will never succeed. When you pass the threshold of achieving your goal, you are unstoppable. Fear is behind me, though it still exists. Because of fear, I can now see. I am stronger. I am drawing its power from within to conquer what is ahead. I am ready. Convey it upon me. I will not falter into fear as I once did when I was blind.